Hi guys, I'm Sam.
And I'm Nate.
Last night we got the seats put in. We don't have them bolted down to the floor yet, but we'll get there. I want to get this thing kind of out of the way. It's a big box with a big thing that's kind of in the way. So what's in the box? We've got an oversized gas tank.
Pretty darn big.
I think stock is roughly that tall.
Yeah, and then we have,
with a 4-inch neck or a 3-inch neck. This is like, I don't know, a big muscle guy. It's got no neck. We'll get this set up real quick. These have a small amount of finishing oil. I'm gonna go spray it out with some brake cleaner real quick.
Is that right?
It's pretty darn close.
Almost. This one is
Alright, spin it again.
There we
looks
go.
Good. Alright, so the little notch on the bottom of the seal, put that towards the front of the car. And line your sanding unit up to the side of the car that way.
It works.
Now we've got a new fuel tap. Fiber washer pressed in over the flared end after drilling it out by hand a little bit. And this tube will set in. Just like that.
So.
Alright, with that done, or at least preset, we can leave that hanging out now while we get to work on these disc brakes. So to do that,
box 1 of 2 goes on what side, or does not matter?
well, box 1 of 2, why don't you open it up?
Which is
What part number do we got here?
2228950.
There you go. In that.
Wow. A piece of packing from the seat mount was in the middle of the street this morning, and I had to go grab it.
Awesome. Instructions. Brake rotor and another brake rotor. So one on this side and one on that side.
There we go. Can I open it now?
Okay, master cylinder, which we're not going to use because we're using 4-wheel disc brakes, so we are not going to use the master cylinder that comes with this kit. Those are probably the disc brake pads.
Yep.
We will be using those.
Yeah, definitely.
Brake caliper bracket. Another bracket.
Put that on the side.
Well, there is a left and a right. We'll figure out which side's which once we get them ready to go, but that's fine.
Well, I'll just guess that this is how they go. And then
Bag full of hardware. We got some bearings, some seals, and some bolts. We got some brake hoses.
To replace these old ones.
Yeah, good thing we got some brake hoses because we don't have it. However, I have some stainless steel braided ones we're going to use instead of those. And then we've got 2 boxes of brake calipers. It's a flip top.
Oh yeah, this side.
And another brake caliper. Alright, now we can divide and conquer by pulling off the brake drums and the backing plates, setting those to the side. You can work on one side and I can work on the other. Save all your hardware until everything is installed. Alright, now let's see if Nathan got us set up with the right bracket.
Is it?
Might be. Nope.
Nope. You can take this one.
I believe that's the way it goes. Alright. Perfect.
Okay, so I need this one then?
Yep.
And then everything else is just universal, right?
Left to right. The calipers are different left to right too, but we'll get there.
Okay. So just use the same nuts then?
Bolts?
Bolts, yeah.
Nope, use those.
Oh yeah, thanks. And use the original washers though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
17?
18.
18s is what they are?
Yeah, I mean, that's what mine is.
Alright. That's a 17.
17?
Yeah.
So it worked on my side.
It may have worked, but it's not torqued. As soon as you go to torque it, it's going to spin off. Oh, look at that. 17 fits perfectly on mine.
Yeah, this works. Oh yeah, there is a bit of wiggle.
Yeah. Alright, the torque gears down. For good measure, I think we should paint the front of these rotors before they start to rust. Might be something we can do on the car. Yeah, we can do that on the car. Once we place, clean down brake rotors, brake dust and whatnot. Races are not installed, and you are supposed to use a press to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a socket that fits just in the inside of that perfectly, because if you are not cautious, I can't tell you how many times I've seen these snouts crack.
Oh,
Because people try to push this in and it's just not quite going perfectly square. And they're just going to keep on fighting it, hoping that it squares up. No, it's not going to. It's going to actually split this brake rotor. Now, do we have any, actually we should have just threw away a whole bunch of plastic bags, but do I have a small plastic bag?
For grease?
For grease. That might be a little bit overboard in the grease, but whatever. Alright, grab your bearings and throw them in there. Just one at a time. Bigger one first. Nope, in the bag. There we go.
And then you just...
Bearings down in there. And just squeeze all that grease into that bearing. And I've never found a better way for packing bearings. That one is good to go. Over
So
here.
should I throw this on first?
We gotta put a seal in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the L-ring.
L-ring.
And look at that, it almost matches the color of the grease. Okay, so this just goes in and threads in, looks like?
Nope. Taps in.
I think that's about good, right?
Here we go. We'll throw
That
both
looks
of
good
our
now.
inners in place. You wanna come over here and do this one?
Sure. I think we didn't do something completely right.
Is the bracket on backwards or something or what?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, that's it.
Why? Because mine fits on. Oh, you put your bracket on backwards. I didn't. Mine fits on perfectly.
Oh yeah, I did put mine. How did I do that? Oh gosh, it's like stuck on here now.
Original thrust washer, spindle nut. Are you putting it on with a torque wrench?
I'm going to make sure it's tight with it.
Okay, well, loosen them up then,
That's true.
because they're probably too tight. Like that. Tap our original. And I don't know if I have a wider wheel or not, but I'll try and clean that up a little bit. That way when we paint that, it'll look nice and pretty. Now with that in place, let's see if I've got the right caliper for this side, which I don't. I got the wrong caliper.
Yeah, so that's mine.
This is yours, that one's
Put it in there, you do that.
a little shot cleaner. Get greases and oils and junks and gunks off of there. Beautiful. So our calipers we'll install like so and bolt on the back side of that for our pads into our brackets. Like so, like so. I am going to put a little dab. Where's my bag of grease? Ideally, we would use disc brake grease,
But we ain't got any yet.
but we ain't got any, and this car's coming apart.
Again, soon.
You don't want squeaky squeak brakes.
So just on those corners then?
Yep. And also, we're going to put some on the back of the pistons, but we'll get there in a moment.
Oh yeah, so like that.
These pins are already greased, so that's good.
I mean, it might be a bit hard to get in with the power.
Yep.
Just strangest thing.
This is an EMPI 986713-B. Not stock for this kit, but it will do the job because we are bigger than stock. Before I hook this up to there, I'm going to actually flush this line out, but I'll still thread this in. Which means we're almost ready to put on a new master cylinder. At least we can get some front brakes by the end of the day, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Brakes being done is going to be a very big step, huh?
Yes. And just so nothing gets lost in the meantime, I'll put the clip back on, but again, we're not hooking up our steel line. All right, Nate, what you got?
The lug nuts in the studs.
Thread-in studs, 12 millimeter by 1.5s with some ball seat lug nuts. And before you thread them in, you want to use a little bit of Loctite.
So just tight enough?
Bottom out. All right, we can pull that fuel tank out. We have to go up and towards the back.
Alright, so where is the new master cylinder?
Somewhere around here. Gotta get the old one out first. There's spacers inside of here that you don't want to drop, so we'll leave the bolts in place.
Want me to grab it from the other side then? Pull it out?
Well, we have to just connect the brake lines from that side. If you want to grab an 11 millimeter wrench and get those.
11 millimeter wrench, right?
gotta disconnect the brake lines from that cylinder, yeah. Although, probably should have done that first, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, now I can clean that line out. And let me get these broken free. And then you can get them the rest of the way.
Wait, so does that one go to the back then?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna block it off for now. So do we just put like a bolt into the...
Put a plug.
Yeah.
Alright, get those guys out. I'm gonna clean this guy out. New extra large bore master cylinder.
The big boy master cylinder. Does it have more ports then?
Nope. Same amount of ports. We're going to have to pull those brake light switches. You know what? Let's not even bother. I think I have enough plugs.
Want a ratchet?
Brake light switch, brake line to the rear. However, we aren't running rear brake lines right now, and we're not running brake light switches right now.
Want a ratchet, or is that fine?
Nope, this is fine. I'm going to go inside and push those bolts into place and get them threaded by hand.
Ready?
Yep. Starting by hand first usually is easier, but whatever. You got that one. Seems like you got that one too. Yep, alright. Tighten them down.
Almost there. Oh, there you go.
I'm not going to worry about our front to rear brake line. But we will. Get that guy.
Yeah, that got special.
Starter over there.
There.
That's good. That will fit that way. And these things are always a little bigger to get in.
That's basically as tight as I can get it.
Pull the clip out of the way.
Doesn't quite reach.
And bend it. Bend the line. Now, and then we got plenty in there.
And let's see, bend that back before we bend that because that line's too long anyways, huh?
There we go.
Was the other side good and tight? Cool. That's good. Check that side, make sure that is good and tight. Look at these new fancy brakes, huh?
Alright. We may have to run down the street to O'Reilly's.
Let's
Get some brake fluids.
We're back in now.
A, we've got brake fluid. B, well, we have these from work. First time I use these things, I said I will never bleed brakes without speed bleeders or quick bleeders or whatever you want to call them. They're one-way bleeder valves. You pull this out, you put this in. Whenever you need to bleed the brakes, you crack that, you put your hose on, and you just sit there and pump them until you've got a clear stream of brake fluid. That's it. You can do it by yourself. I've done it, but since I've got Nathan,
I'll do it.
he'll pump, I'll monitor, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, you got it.
Keep that cap though. I like that cap better than these caps. Thread that one in. You want to go swap out the other side? All right. Well, that's on. Nathan will do that one over there. While he's doing that, I will put some new fluid. Come on, fill up that front reservoir. All right. So I'm going to open the valve. Not quite half a turn. Nathan, pump the brakes. I can see bubbles rising as he's pumping. Ooh, a bunch more air came through that time.
Okay.
Oh, and it's dropping down too. All the way in, all the way out. Oh, we're getting brake fluid. All right, sweet. All right, keep going.
So how do you know when it's done?
When I don't get any air when you're pumping. All right, all the way up and all the way down.
All the way down?
All the way up. All the way down. All the way up. All the way down. And we're still getting a little bit of air. Give me like 5 long pumps.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're still getting a bunch of air. Keep it going. Long strokes. Yep. Oh, there's a big bubble right there. Another one.
I wish I could see this.
Another big one. Ooh, monsters. All right, hold up. I'm gonna check that we're not sucking air in our... Oh, shoot, that was stupid. I just sucked our entire reservoir empty of fluid.
Does that mean that we need the cap on, or?
No, it just means I need to pay attention to how much brake fluid's in that bottle. Pump it again. All right, hold up. I'm just topping out the brake fluid reservoir. Pump it. All right, stop. Those last couple ones were all fluid. So I'm gonna lock this one down and we'll go do the other side.
it almost feels a bit stiffer now. So what are we doing tomorrow then?
Maybe weld up the front bumper, stuff like that. All right, pump it up. All there. Lots of good fluid there. We got a nice solid.
It's giving me issues with like, oh yeah, now.
You got a brake pedal?
Now I can't actually go all the way back now.
Down to the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So hit the brakes.
What?
Hit the brakes. Hold it. All right, that one's locked. And that one's locked as well. Let me feel it.
I mean, we also might be able to mount the seats.
Yep.
Feels like it.
Front brakes are bled. Reservoir popped off. Empty. Put the cap back on. Yeah, I guess we're gonna set our tank back in place for now. You scratched the back of it.
Aw.
Good thing it's on the back.
We have the front end pretty much almost done, huh?
Just about. Might as well tighten up these shock bolts. Alright, you done there?
Yeah.
Right. You can do this side.
I mean, also need to do the bottom, huh?
You can always just color match your both ends and put new stickers on.
Yeah, huh.
Or I can just leave them yellow.
Yeah, which I like.
Alright, Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, we got the gas tank in, we got most of the front end all put together, we bled the brakes.
It is Friday, April 5th. We obviously have the Desert Dub show coming up on the 20th. We've got the full weekend this weekend, 3 nights next week. Next weekend, we're out of town, and then 3 nights the week following, and then we've got to be, that gives us to April 20th. So we've got like what, 6 weeknights, and this full weekend to try and get this thing ready to go.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot of time, but we'll see what we can do. On that note, Nathan,
Life's so good, people.
if you can't find one,
Be one.
later guys.